Yo guys, it's your gaming panda, RJ, yes. Huh. So, today I'm going to be answering questions that I've been asked for the past few weeks. Trans-related questions, also gay-related questions about me being trans. But yeah, so, question one that I'm going to answer is, I don't remember who asked this, but they were from Musical.ly, and they asked me how you bind without a chest binder, because there's some people who can't afford chest binders, or there's some people where their parents don't support them, and they're not like getting a chest binder, or there's parents that don't know that you're trans, therefore you can't get a chest binder, or they'll be like, what is this? And then you have to come out to them, which is actually a pretty good way to come out to them. Just buy a chest binder, order it, hope that your parents see it before you. They ask you what it is, you tell them, and then you come out. I never thought about that, but I just thought about it now, guys. Best way to come out. Okay. But I'll get to that question later. So, there's a few ways you can bind without a chest binder. Right now, I'm binding with 2 sports bras. You can go up to like 3, I think it is, and still be safe. But I'm just binding with 2. It doesn't keep your chest really flat, but at least helps. And if you wear baggy clothes and you have like bigger boobs or whatever, it helps because like you're wearing baggy clothes plus you have the 2 or 3 sports bras helping you bind your chest. 2, you can get a sports bra that is a size smaller than you usually get. So say that you are a medium in a sports bra, then you'd get a small, or if you're a large, then you'd get a medium, and that helps. I know that because I do that too. I pretty much use every technique plus a binder. So, like, not all at once, don't get me wrong. I use every technique because I can't always wear a binder because back issues and stuff like that, and some of them don't hurt your back as much as other ones do. Like, this 2 sports bra one doesn't hurt my back that much as it would if I'm wearing my sports bra that's a little bit too small for me, or if I'm wearing one of my chest binders. So option 3 is a homemade chest binder, which I've never used this technique before because I haven't needed to. So a homemade chest binder, you can either get like those like underwear that girls use to like push up their butts, the non-padded ones of course, and you can make those into a chest binder. I'll leave links down in the description of random people's chest binder things if I can. Another way that you can make a homemade chest binder is if you get an old pair of tights and you cut the legs and then you cut a hole where, like in the middle, like where your crotch usually would be, and like you just use that as a chest binder, which could feel weird, which means that sometimes you would have to wear a sports bra underneath, which I have to do with one of my chest binders because like it's a weird material and it bugs my chest a lot. So those are your options for binding without a chest binder. Question number 2. A lot of people ask how I can be gay but transgender. Well, it's not that hard to be trans and also be gay. So you can be gay and trans because you're turning into a boy. Well, technically you are a boy, you're just not like physically a boy, but you're working on physically being a boy. So like there are some gay guys that don't mind that, there are some that hate it, and then there's some other transgenders that are gay that will date you of course. So like that's how I can be gay and transgender. Question 3, why do you want to be transgender? Which was the last 2 questions. This question and the question before that were asked by people on the PlayStation. I played the PS3. So it's not that I want to be trans. Like, it's not really my like, it is my choice, but like at the same time it's not my choice. It's just the way I was born. I was born thinking like a guy but looking like a girl. It's just the way it was. It wasn't my fault. Question 4. Fuck, I forget what the question was. How do you deal with this dysphoria? There's question 4. Okay, I think there's like one more question after this. How I deal with dysphoria is that for some reason I don't get dysphoria. I just like automatically look in the mirror and see me without the girl parts and stuff, so that like I just have a really good imagination, so I don't really have to deal with dysphoria. Dysphoria bugs me sometimes, but usually only name dysphoria and pronoun dysphoria. That's usually what happens with me. I usually don't get body dysphoria or voice dysphoria because I don't care what my voice sounds like, and I don't care what I look like. I know who I am, but the name and the pronoun dysphoria, it gets to me sometimes because that's a completely different story. And question 5, that's 10. 5. Shit. Okay, so another question is how do you if you have long hair, how do you get it to like look sort of like a boy? So I've never had long hair since I came out of the closet. I had long hair back then, but like it didn't really, like, it bothered me, but like I was just trying to push away the feeling of me being trans away, so I kept it. It didn't really bother me. But when there was one time where I had longer hair and it was like whoosh, and I just wore a hat, usually like a toque or something, and like tucked it so it looked like bangs, and then like hairsprayed it, and that's how I went out sometimes. I went to school and stuff like that, and like, yeah, I only had to deal with that for like a year, I think, not even, I don't know. But yeah, so that's all the questions I had. They're pretty sucky answers and stuff, but like I haven't posted anything in a while, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you give it a thumbs down because this was horrible. But I'll see you probably tomorrow or this weekend, because this weekend's a long weekend and I have nothing better to do, so I'll probably post a few YouTube videos this weekend, maybe like 2 a day, depending. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.